Hey everyone, following on from kind of 2 videos I did a couple of weeks ago to do with, you know, like the Chanel prices, and I'm going to link to that video below if you don't know what I'm talking about. But a couple of weeks ago I was talking to one of you on email and we were chatting and we were talking about Chanel, and you were talking about buying a wallet on a chain, and I can't remember why, but I just ended up going to the Chanel website and just browsing to see what they had. And it's quite good because I don't know what it's like where you are, but in the UK the prices are on there, so it's fantastic because you can have a browse without having to go in and pester anyone to kind of look at different things. And I did this video because I thought, wow, there suddenly seems to be an abundance of bags that are under, let's say, £3,900, which, let's not beat around the bush, that's a lot of money. But if you consider that the smallest Chanel flap bag starts at just over 7,000, to be able to get quite a decent selection for well under 4K is actually quite good. And I think it's a new thing because I personally hadn't noticed it that much before. They were always super expensive, but now there are bags available that cost less than a Lady Dior. And for me, Dior and Chanel have never really been comparable when it comes to prices. Dior has always been quite a bit less than Chanel. Well, now it seems to be a bit different. With that in mind, I actually went into Chanel to see what they had, and I found something amazing which I'm really delighted with, and I'm going to unbox it and show it to you. But while I do that, I've actually got a few things to unbox, and I'm going to start with footwear, because the footwear I've got is such good value. Now, some of you may remember back in August, these are the Stuart Weitzman thigh-high boots. You know, the ones that lace up at the back, and I've had these a couple of years now, and I like them, but I don't love them. I love the way they look on, but to get them on, I'm not joking you, it can take me about 10 minutes per leg to struggle with it, because they are designed for a very small calf, and I would say probably got like more of a medium calf. I can get them on, but my gosh, I am there for a long time trying to like wiggle them up my leg, and then getting them off is just as big a problem. Plus as well, I know some of you have told me you have a thinner leg and they slip down. So they look good, but practicality wise, they are quite annoying. Well, I found a dupe back in August. Looks the same, doesn't it? Because it basically is, it just doesn't have the laces on the back there. If I hold the two up for you again now, it's basically the same shoe, same length. And the difference is with this one is like £100 and something, but it's also made from a waterproof, very thick sock type material, and it stretches, if I demonstrate it here. So when you go to put these on, this will fit any leg thickness. If you want, these even come in a knee-high version. If you want knee-high boots or thigh-high boots and you've got a bigger leg and you always thought, you know, I can't just go and buy online because stuff isn't going to fit, give these a try, because they basically will, and I will show you how easy they are to get on and off here. I basically roll them down like a sock, put my foot in them and just pull them up, and there is no struggling, they just pull right up, and in the day they don't slide down. Well, there is a newer version that I wanted to show you. You can still get those other ones, I'll link to those below, but this is the newer version. It has got a pointy toe, and it's really Chanel inspired. I'm hoping you can see this, but it's actually got silver sparkle through it. And the boot, I can't work out whether this is black or really dark navy blue, but one way or another, it's got a black toe cap, and then it also has a black heel cap here as well. It's got the silver sparkle through it, although that sparkle is quite discreet. And these work in the same way. They're really stretchy, they pull straight on, they look so good for Christmas. I think if you've got anything Christmassy coming up and you want to wear like a dress or a pair of trousers with these over the top, the sparkle just kind of adds something, and I'm really looking forward to wearing those. Actually, I'm going out on Saturday and I probably will wear those. The other 2 pairs that I was going to show you, everything comes boxed like this, by the way, and I can't remember whether I've said, but everything is from Vivaia. These are the second pair. Let me remove this from the inside so you can see it better. This is the second pair of shoes. They are so cute. They're made from a teddy bear type material. They also come in cream. So if you don't love the brown tone, you can actually get them in cream. And these have got a teddy bear embroidered onto the toe. But if you go and have a look on their website, each shape of shoe comes in different styles. So if you like this shape but you don't like the finish, go and have a look, because you, as I say, you can get them in different colorways, and some have different animals on the end. And all of their shoes are washable, machine washable. However, before you go and put your stuff in the washing machine, I meant to say this last time, have a look on the shoe listing page for the shoe it is that you have bought. Scroll down, and on the listing page it will tell you the individual washing instructions for that shoe, because some shoes can go in the washing machine the whole thing, others cannot because you will damage it, but you take out the inside and that's the bit that goes in the washing machine. If you're not sure about sizing, because I know when ordering online, sizing can be a pain, can't it? They actually have this thing that I used when I was ordering, whereby it gives you the foot length for each size. So you can get out a ruler, measure your foot, and there you know pretty much exactly the size. And then the final pair before I move on to Chanel, and I've got some Fendi as well, are, I'm going to take the insides of these out as well so that you can properly see. And all of their stuff is so comfortable, like really comfortable. I've got a pair on the floor behind you that they gave me back in August, and I wear them for work. They're just like a plain black pair of shoes. I might show you them in a second, although they've sold out. But this is the next pair. Pointy, flat pair of shoes, and they've got a leopard on the front of them. And as I say, if you like this shape of shoe, go and have a look, because they do this shape but in different colours with different animals on the toe. And I'll link to all of those below. And they have, I think I will say, can't remember whether I've said now, I don't think I did, they've given me a coupon code. I don't profit from that coupon code, but if you wanted to go and have a look at anything, I will say they told me that the coupon code up until the end of November 2022 is going to include a lot more than it will do after. So up until the end of this November, because of Cyber Weekend, that coupon code gets you various different deals. For example, if you buy more than 2 pairs, you get an extra discount and all of that kind of thing. I will type all of this below. Moving on to Chanel. So I went in there looking for one of these infamous bags. And I heard, when I say infamous, I mean these bags that are under 4K. And when I went in there, I heard one of you ringing in my ears, because under that video, I had one of you say, yes, you can't, you know, these bags exist under 3,900, but you can't get them because they go to like the top people. And I went into Chanel and I was surprised, because I feel like for a while there hasn't been loads that's caught my eye really, if anything. And I went in there and there was some stock out, but you know, not anything wow kind of thing. And certainly I couldn't find any of the bags I'd shown you, any of the bags on the website that were in that price bracket. I couldn't see any. And the reason why I heard you in my head is because of what you said, you know, yes, they're there, but you can't get them. And you were right, you can't. But I went in there looking for an alternative to a wallet on a chain. Going back 5 years, I'd never have bought a wallet on a chain because I used to carry so much around. But I changed a bit during COVID. When I did used to go out, I'd take my phone and a lip balm and my card holder. And that, to a degree, has actually stuck with me, and I'm still quite like that now, except for if I'm going somewhere where I need my whole bag. I want something small that I can just take the essentials in. And I'd seen a particular bag on the website, and I went in and they had it. And it is this cute little bucket bag, which when I was in there, always do this. Don't get lost in the moment, empty out your bag, and anything that you would carry around with you on a daily basis, make sure it fits in. I did that quite a few times with this bag because it is obviously quite small, and but all of my stuff fitted, and this suits the purpose. And the other thing that I like about it is the chain handle. It's like a robust chain handle, which means that when I'm wearing it crossbody, it can't be snatched and ripped off. It's like I've got a tiny mini version of the Fendi baguette bag, but the chain it's on is really, really delicate and very thin, like almost like a necklace chain. And it makes me nervous about using that bag as a crossbody to keep my stuff in, because I just think if someone grabbed it and pulled it hard enough, that would come off easily, easily. Whereas I wanted something about that same size that I didn't have that concern with. And yeah, I'll show you here everything that I personally carry fits into it. So I get it, it's not the biggest bag in the world, but just showing you there that those things are there for that kind of price. And then the other thing that I got when I was in there, and it's from the ski collection, is this jumper, which has got just some buttons across the shoulders there, and it's almost like a very thick wool flannel type material. You can tell this is from the ski collection, put it that way. It's very, very thick. And what is it? Let's have a look at what the material is. Some sort of wool. Yes, some sort of wool, I'm not sure. But that was the other thing that I got. And then while I was also in Harrods, I went to FENDI, because some of you might remember months ago, was this August? September it could have been. I went in there and I bought a pair of jeans, but I didn't take them home because they needed altering, and I kept meaning to go back in and get them. They're just some nice plain jeans, but they're very high-waisted. And I just went in there to pick them up because they'd done the alterations on them. Basically, I wanted these were pockets, but I wanted them stitched closed because they bulged open. When I wore the trousers, they just bulged open and it didn't look as sleek as it could do. So they sewed those closed, and I need to go and give those a try on now. And then just two other things, and they are both beauty items. One will not be new to you if you have been with me a while, but I have got some new stuff come through and I thought I would show it while I'm doing this. I have got a replacement of the eye serum, and this eye serum is from a brand called Qualarex Beauty, and I'll link to this below. If you are, I always think, so I've been using this since 2016 and I don't have any lines, fine lines around my eyes. I don't have any under eye dark shadows or anything. And I put all of it down to this product. If you're going to try it, it's not, don't expect it to be like a cream that sinks in. It's more like a serum, and it is greasy. But that's the best, it's so good. I'm so glad that it is the way it is, because I use it morning and evening. And the greasiness, I think, is what stops the fine lines from bedding in. Because it hydrates the area so much that compared to other eye creams that I've used that just sink in and then they're gone, this does sit on the skin slightly. And even when I do my makeup, put my foundation over the top if I'm going to wear foundation that day. And whether I'm wearing foundation or not, I always use a setting powder, just like a transparent one. I use the one from Huda Beauty, and I just pat that underneath so that my mascara doesn't run. It does sometimes, you know, sometimes you'll probably see in videos I have like little bits of mascara. Have I got any right now? I don't know, you're too far away for me to see, but it's normally because of this. But I wouldn't change it for the world. I would never stop using this, and I hope they never stop making it. And then the second item, which I had in the last video but I hadn't tried, but now I've tried, so I can come back and give you the verdict. In the last video, this is an exfoliating toner, and in this pot, you know this stuff where you have these little disc things and they're saturated in the product and the disc is abrasive? That's what this is. And in that last video, I said to you, do you know, I'm using these, and it's actually meaning that I'm not using my AHAs and my BHAs at all, actually. And it's been the case ever since I started. I've been using this probably like two months, maybe even 3, and I have not even reached for any of my chemical peels at all. And my chemical peels I used to do 1 a week. Just to keep my skin smooth, I used to do 1 a week. With this, I don't need to. I use it twice a day, morning and evening. And the pad is abrasive enough that it removes dead skin. Like for me, I know when I need to do something with my skin, because when I'm washing my face, it feels scaly in patches, like dry in patches. That's when I know, oh, I need to do a peel. Since using this, I haven't actually had that dryness at all. That kind of, that feeling on your skin where you need to do something with it. I haven't had that at all. And the product on it is very hydrating. I've never used a toner before because I find them drying. As soon as you've used it, I also find them pointless really, toners, up until using this one. And yeah, when you've used it, your skin feels really hydrated. I'm not running to put my moisturizer on after I've used this. So for me right now, that's since 2016. has just been a definite yes. And these are the two things that I'm using loads at the moment. And with this one, I have had some of you say to me, is it worth the money? Because it's not cheap, but in my opinion, it is worth the money. But if you're someone that is expecting a cream that sinks in, don't be surprised when you get this that it's not. And also, you only need to use the tiniest bit. When I say tiny, I mean not even a pea-sized amount. Like, I use a quarter of a pump. Like, when I press this down, I use the tiniest bit and I dot it around my eyes, and that will last you a long time if you use it like that. So they're just some of the things that I got recently that I thought I would show you. I hope that you have enjoyed this, and let me know as well what you think about the Chanel bag, and have you seen any of these Chanel bags in the store that have been in that kind of price bracket, and what do you think of the whole thing? I know that on that last video everyone was basically like, you know, this can only be a good thing. When you're into this kind of thing, to now have options where you can buy something for like £3,600 versus before where you were looking at 7k, I think it's really good. I think it's really promising and really exciting if you're into this kind of thing, as I say. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.